Welcome to the PharmaSource podcast.
Delighted to be here for another edition of the PharmaSource podcast. We're a few weeks away now from CDMO Live and really delighted this week to be joined by one of our sponsors at CDMO Live, that's Fisiopharma, and delighted particularly to be joined by two people today, Nicola Cadei, who's the General Manager of the business, and Molaschi, who's the Chief Commercial Officer. So a very warm welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Let's maybe just start with a couple of introductions before we get into the podcast itself. Nicola, could you just give a brief introduction to yourself and your role within Fisiopharma?
Of course, Chris. Thank you. And hello, everybody. I'm the General Manager of Fisiopharma since 2018. Anyway, working in the pharma business for a lot of years with an extensive experience in different fields in the pharma business, from commercial to manufacturing, but also some experience in the finance. Thank you for this interview.
Wonderful. And it's great to have you as a guest on the podcast. And Angela, please.
My name is Angela Molaschi. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of Fisiopharma. I joined the company in 2020, and previously I have a background in different pharmaceutical companies, mainly in technology transfer and business development roles.
Wonderful. To get us started, it would be great to understand what differentiates your CDMO, your business in today's market, particularly thinking about therapeutic focus, technical capabilities. Can you share some examples of what differentiates the business?
I think this is a very crucial point in the current CDMO landscape, which is, as we all know, very competitive. Very crowded as well. There are many companies dedicated to that all over the world. So what we think is that being unique or being special in something is a crucial factor in order to gain success in this field. And as Fisiopharma, we strongly believe that some of our peculiarities can be considered as special, as key crucial factor for our success. And these are related to the technical part for sure, but also to the structural part, organization, and to the strategic part. First of all, I will mention from structure and organization perspective, we are a medium-sized CDMO, and this allows us to be very fast, very flexible, and being able to support our customer with their needs in a fast and reactive way. So we consider proactiveness, one of our key value, and we really believe this is true. We try to match customer requirements and being proactive and customer oriented. And this is for sure one point. In addition to that, looking at the thing from strategy perspective, we are not focused on a specific type of customer, on a specific type of market. We would like to be able to serve different customers and different markets. So, for example, one of the key points of our strategy is to have a series of international approvals, so not focusing only on the US or on Europe or on the most competitive markets or something like that, but to gain each time more approvals. So, for example, we are approved by FDA, by EMA, by Anvisa, by Chinese authorities. We plan approval by Japanese authorities. And so this is something that we think it's very important and very appreciated by our customer. Of course, then there is the technical part, the technical expertise. The site was founded in 1989. And since that period, we are making injectable products, so developing a good knowledge, a deep knowledge in injectable manufacturing, and focuses on some particular products in which we think we are really expert, like manufacturing of sterile suspension, which is a very crucial and difficult product, like manufacturing of biologic products or manufacturing of sterile powders. So we think that the combination of these different characteristics make us different from the other and can support further the customer request.
That's very good to understand. Thank you. As you talked about with the growing number of approvals, effectively then increasing your global coverage, as it were.
Yes, a very important point for us. We are present supporting our customer now almost all over the world with a great effort done in the last years in getting international approvals, like, for example, the FDA one, or like, for example, the Chinese one. So we are supporting now US, we are supporting Canada, we are supporting Europe, Latin America, China, Asian country, APAC country, Japan in the future. So this is part of the strategy of our company, and I think this is a very, very good point for every customer.
Makes perfect sense. Nicola, turning to you, could you tell us a bit, walk us through your quality management system, your regulatory compliance approach, maybe tell us a bit about track record with regulatory inspections, etc., and how you ensure really consistent quality across the operation?
Chris, this is a very crucial point for a company like Fisiopharma, manufacturing injectable products, and quality is getting more and more important. At Fisiopharma, quality management and regulatory compliance are key driver for all our activities. And given the global nature of our business, we comply to the highest international standards. As Angela was saying, these standards include US FDA, Japan PMDA, and China and others regulatory authorities. And our pharmaceutical quality system is designed to be dynamic, continuously improving, and self-learning. In the company, we have a strong quality department, which represents almost 35% of the total workforce of the company. So it is, I would say, a huge presence in the company. And to ensure quality consistency across all operations, we focus heavily on training and strong quality culture. We invest in internal and external training programs for our teams, covering critical areas such as aseptic practices, data integrity, software quality management, and good documentation practices. Quality isn't just a department in our company, it's a mindset, and we embed every level of the organization. When it comes to regulatory inspections, we take a proactive approach. Our system is built in line with the highest standards. We structure our quality system around the 6 GMP pillars, which are quality, production, materials, facility equipment, laboratory controls, and packaging. And to maintain readiness, we conduct regular gap analysis, audits, and CAPA. We also place a strong emphasis on communication and cross-functional collaboration, which is key in order to improve our quality system. We have routine quality meetings, bringing together the leadership team of the company with all the key functions and the key people working in the organization, ensuring transparency and monitoring results through KPIs, and also addressing challenges and also setting action for quality improvements. Ultimately, as I said before, our goal is not just to meet the regulatory requirements, but to create a culture of quality in the company that drives the business success, taking in high consideration patient health and safety.
Wonderful, thank you. And you can really feel, just listening to you talk, just how important that quality focus is within the business. Angela, going back to you, you talked about this a little bit at the start in terms of your commitment to customers and being, fast and flexible, etc. Tell us a bit more about how you approach new client partnerships, from initial engagement right at the start through to tech transfer, perhaps. Really interested in how you handle the knowledge transfer to ensure real project success, be that with a pharma company or with a virtual biotech.
Okay, so knowledge transfer, for sure, it's something critical, important, and not so easy. I spent a great part of my working life managing technology transfer, so I have quite a good experience in that. Making a technology transfer it's not just a copy and paste of something, but foresee the transfer, of knowledge, as you said, the transfer of the ability, of the experience, of what the customer knows on the product. And in order to gain that, we think it's very important to have a well-organized process, and set up a precise step that should be followed. Also considering that the type of customer at the current time, in pharmaceutical field are very different from the other. So we serve a big multinational, medium-sized company, small company, B2B or virtual company. And of course, the type of relationship, the type of discussion, communication, but also the type of technology transfer is affected by the structure of the company. So we try, first of all, to be flexible. I said before, also in that. So trying to adapt to very different type of customer that we have. In terms of the process, we tried and we succeeded in build up a well-structured flow. We start, of course, from the first approach, which is mainly a commercial approach, a commercial introduction, but in which we start to present which are our capabilities, also from technical perspective. Once we have a first start, discussing a real project or a real product with the customer, we do not want to keep the discussion at a very high level or make very high level proposal, but we like to deep dive since the beginning in the product, in what the customer needs from product and from process perspective, because what we think is very important is to have an understanding of the product and of the process in order to be able to make a good proposal, which is, one of the main steps, but that should be, made in the good way, realistic, with realistic prices, cost, and timeline. And so we start from that. After this, let's say, feasibility assessment and first proposal, then once in the cases in which we have an agreement with our customer, then we move to the effective project. So we try to manage that. We manage that in a very structured way. So first of all, we assign a dedicated project manager that will take care of the project during all the life. We kick off officially with the customer. We encourage, our customer to visit the sites and to have meeting at sites, also to have a better understanding of us, but also for us to have a better understanding of what their requirements are and what the requirements on the products are, which is a key point to make a successful technology transfer. In not all the cases, there is a lot to be transferred, because in some cases the customer have only a dossier on the product and not the fully knowledge. In some cases, the product is at very early development. So we try to compensate what is missing in this type of information, making additional activities at our site, or trying again to deep dive with the customer and their technical expertise in order to build up a robust process and in order to have the technology transfer successful during its life, let's say.
As a follow-up to that, when you're in established partnerships with biotechs, how do you manage the integration and the communication with partners in order to give them real-time visibility into their projects?
I still remember, once I started my career, I made a training on technology transfer and project management, and I still remember the teacher saying that one of the key factors to gain success in this type of project is the communication. And indeed, it's true. It's true in the transfer of knowledge that we were discussing before, but it's true also in the routine life during the project, so from the start till the end. As I was saying, so for the project, we manage that assigning a dedicated project manager with the single point of contact with the customer during the entire life of the project. From the first discussion, the kickoff, till the commercial launch. So managing not only the first project aspects, but managing all the activities that will lead them to the product approval and launch on the market. So the customer is aware that this person is dedicated to them and they can interface for any things with this project manager that, of course, coordinate then and communicate internally. And this is for sure one of the most crucial point. The same approach we have with our customer, let's say current customer, so the customer with which already we completed the technology transfer and with which we have a current business ongoing, with whom we have the reference person that is taking care of the relationship with them. Regarding the communication, of course, we try to manage that in the best way we can. So sharing with an open and clear communication since the beginning, sharing timelines, sharing update step by step during the project life, and using the common tools that every company use in this field, and set up regular meetings in order to have the customer update at every stage of the project.
Thank you. That's very comprehensive indeed. Nicola, looking at the whole business, capacity management is normally a very important point, indeed a critical concern. How as a business do you balance capacity allocation between existing clients and new opportunities? And what's the approach within the business to long-term planning around capacity?
Having, I would say, a very productive commercial team led by Angela, and having new projects in the company, balancing capacity allocation between existing clients and new opportunities in a pharmaceutical company like ours, which is growing and expanding its injectable drug production, requires a capacity management strategy that aligns both short-term efficiency and the medium-long-term growth opportunity. So Fisiopharma is focused on three dimensions. First of all, operational efficiency, which means segmentation of capacity, allocating production capacity based on contract commitments and client segmentation, which means, for example, strategic partners versus smaller clients. Then production scheduling optimization, leveraging on a robust scheduling approach and our ERP to optimize the production cycle and ensuring flexibility to accommodate urgent or high priority orders without affecting the ongoing commitments. The second key point is the strategic prioritization, which means prioritize customers based on long-term strategic value, volume commitments, but also profitability. This ensures that high-value existing clients retain the priority access while still allowing room for the new business. And then to evaluate new opportunities in parallel based on feasibility, regulatory complexity of the project, and alignment with the company technological capabilities to avoid over-committing our resources. The third key point is capacity growth, which is one of the key points at the moment for our company, for Fisiopharma. The first point we are working on is implement a capacity expansion plan. We are growing, we have new customers, we have new markets. So we started already introducing a third shift to maximize the current asset before adding new production facilities. But meanwhile, we just started the construction of a new plant for the production of liquids in vial and PFS, and new pharmaceutical forms for our company and to be proposed to our customers. At the same time, we have to implement a new manufacturing solution in the current production site to improve our capacity and production flexibility. By following this approach, we think that we can assure a stable supply to our customers and also to be able to capture new business opportunity, mitigating any potential impact on the current production side.
Thank you. Makes perfect sense, and I really liked the balance between existing partners and the criteria that you think about with new partners as well. And also congratulations on the plans around the new plant as well. Very exciting times. Linked to the point around capacity, what's the approach to cost management and continuous improvement with so many moving parts? How do you ensure cost transparency while also driving value for clients through efficiency initiatives, etc.?
This is a very important point. As I said at the beginning, I had also some finance experience in my career, so I'm very close to this kind of topics. Anyway, our cost management and continuous improvement approach is driven by two key pillars. First of all, a continuous process verification, seeking for efficiency and cost reduction. We systematically analyze the production workflows to eliminate waste, reduce variability, and to optimize also our output. This ensures stable cost structure, more stable cost structure, but also more predictable pricing for clients. We encourage an improvement culture where people regularly review the processes to identify cost savings opportunities without compromising quality and compliance. We have project teams working closely with the key function in the company and monitoring the key process with the aim to identify optimization opportunities. The second point to be taken into account is technological renewal, to optimize cost and to create value for the company and our customers. Key areas are currently evaluate our processes to identify improvements from a technical point of view to ensure cost effectiveness at the highest quality standards. And thinking to our investment, always keeping in mind that we must ensure flexibility to our customer, which is a key success factor for a CDMO. At the same time, we are also investing in energy efficient equipment and process optimization to cut utility expenses and to align with sustainability goals. These two drivers allows us to enhance the operational efficiency, to try to reduce our cost, to create value for clients through a transparent and structured approach. Clients can benefit from cost reduction achieved through our continuous improvement programs, translating into more competitive pricing and higher value.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nicola, for talking us through that. And Angela, changing tack slightly, ESG, sustainability, becoming increasingly important factors in the wider market, but obviously also within CDMO selection. What steps have you taken or are you taking to reduce environmental impact and help ultimately biopharma sponsors meet their Scope 3 emission and wider sustainability targets?
Okay, so for sure, I mean, sustainability, it's very important at this time and for the future of our world. And is required as well by most, as you mentioned, by most of the customers. We work on that. We are working on that since years in two different ways, in two different levels. Let's say, one is general level or mainly site initiative level, and the other one is project level, specific project level. So Talking about the site, we have a series of initiatives, like, for example, as Nicola was mentioning, focusing on high efficient, energy efficient equipment. And this is one important step. We installed recently a solar power system in our site with the purpose, of course, of energy saving, but also to reduce environmental pollution. So these are two key initiatives that we conducted. We work every day on the supply chain, managing and trying to select a supplier that propose to us a sustainable solution. So trying to introduce sustainability since the beginning of our process. And this, we can say, are initiatives that the company is conducted. In addition to that, we are making specific projects with our customer. For example, we have two active projects. So with one customer, we have a project to develop environmental friendly secondary packaging. So limiting the use of plastic, of course, and moving more to cartons. With another one, we have the initiative of optimizing the tertiary packaging and the shipment in order to reduce number of shipment and subsequently reducing the impact on the environment. So in these ways, we are trying, to work alone and to work in partnership with our customer to make our work in the pharmaceutical field more sustainable as much as we can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for that. I understood on a company and a project level. Thank you. I've got one more question for each of you. It's been a fascinating conversation so far, so thank you both. But Nicola, looking at the bigger picture, looking ahead 3 to 5 years, what's your vision for your organization? Thinking about your investments, your growth strategy, and aligning with clients' future needs. What does that longer term vision look like?
Chris, having a lot of new projects and initiatives in place, we like very much looking to the future of our company. And our vision for the next 3 to 5 years is to really establish Fisiopharma as a leading technologically advanced, highly efficient and flexible pharmaceutical manufacturing partner, delivering injectable solutions for our patients. And to achieve this, our strategy is built on 3 pillars, trying to recap a little bit what we have discussed in the last half an hour, I would say. First of all is production capacity. We are working, as we said, on a short term, but also on a mid-long term horizon, expanding our manufacturing facility with a new state-of-the-art production lines to increase both volume and product portfolio offer in response to the market trends and to the client needs. Secondly, we are enhancing our efficiency through investments in new technology to improve production optimization, but also, as Angela was saying in the last question, focusing on sustainable innovation, investing in energy efficient system, in more green manufacturing processes, and to align with the global ESG trends and client and authorities requirements. The third point is strengthening our client partnership, expanding our formulation and manufacturing capabilities to support client-specific needs, and keep focusing on regulatory and compliance readiness to guarantee an accelerated time to market for our clients, which is a key point. Our clients are looking for a company like us. And by focusing on capacity, technology, and a strong customer collaboration, Fisiopharma will ensure that our investment remain aligned with the evolving landscape of the injectable pharmaceutical market, delivering long-term value and competitive advantage for both our organization and our customer.
Thank you. And I've no doubt with the business you've built and with your vision that there's very exciting times ahead for the business. So that's great to hear. And Angela, a final question for you as well. Obviously, you know, your business has been doing this for quite some time. If there was one piece of advice that you'd give to biotechs or biopharma companies in working with a CDMO, what would that be?
This is the $1 million question. So, but I think the answer it's quite simple in the end. It's selecting the right partner, and I'm not joking, because in the end, I mean, making pharmaceutical products it's quite complex, of course. When you select a partner, from customer perspective, it's a sort of marriage in the end. You do not want to move in few years. You invest a lot in that. You would like to secure your supply chain. So you cannot change manufacturing site from one year to the other. So I believe the relationship between the customer and the CDMO, it's really a partnership, and the partnership shall start from a good knowledge one of the other and a good trust one in the other. And I think that a crucial point for the customer is trying to understand as much as possible of the CDMO in the first phase of selection. So this is something that all the main companies already do, but it's very, very crucial. I mean, finding the right partner, not only from technical perspective, because maybe technically, a lot of companies are the same, I mean, or are very similar, but there are unique features of each of the company, and you need to find the one that can support you. If you have a small volume, if you have very high volume, if you have a short supply chain, if you have standard molecules. So it's very important, I mean, to try to understand, I think, from customer perspective, which are the key aspects of the CDMO at the beginning. I mean, trying to deep dive, I mean, as much as possible, and select, of course, with the possibility of mistake, but try to select the best partner for this product and for this project, not in general. So this is my suggestion.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much. That's all we've got time for today. It's been a really fascinating and enjoyable conversation. And obviously, we look forward to hearing more at CDMO Live in a few weeks' time. But for now, Angela, Nicola, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a really good conversation.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you to you.
Experience the future of contract manufacturing at CDMO Live 2025. Join us at the World Trade Centre Rotterdam on May the 7th and 8th, 2025 for an exclusive event that brings together the sharpest minds in biopharma outsourcing. For 2 days filled with market insights, best practices and partnering. So head to cdmolive.com to download the agenda and to book your ticket.